Hey Mimos, let's get started here. Sorry I missed yesterday's video, I was busy doing stuff. Hey, I got a movie recommendation for you, A Million Ways to Die in the West. We saw that last weekend. It was really funny. It's probably one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. I was happy to see some of you posting your I'm a Mimo from videos. I'm looking forward to start posting those. Liz was the first one down in New Zealand, and I thought that was a good way to kick it off. Click this link to last week's Mere Minutes and I explain it a little bit more there. I got a lot of stuff I want to go over about this week's build, the patio table. Let me first of all start with one thing that every time I use pocket holes, there's always a group of people who don't like those. Not just that I use them, but I leave them exposed. And I try to sort of conceal them in places where you don't see them. None of the pocket holes in that are visible unless you're sitting on the ground. You might be able to see some of them up above, but it kind of begs the question is, you know, lots of times woodworkers like to show the joints that they make, whether they're dovetail joints or mortise and tenon joints, I guess because there's a certain level of craftsmanship to it, and yet we don't want to show other types of joinery. Well, why? I mean, there's really nothing wrong with showing pocket hole joinery. It kind of shows anybody who sees it, oh, that's how he built it, that's a joint. Let me take you out to the table and show you some other problems. First of all, a few people said that they preferred the octagon shape rather than my circle, but then I wouldn't have been able to use my new compass. Some problems with this table that have cropped up that I'm a little disappointed about. This is the first project I've ever used this Titebond 3 glue. I got this as a free giveaway when I was in Iowa last week, and it's waterproof glue, so I thought, well, this would be perfect for the outside, even though Titebond 2 is also waterproof, so I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, but when I used it, you can see I got this black glue line that showed up, and I noticed that after I put the screws in, and I thought, well, that's fine, I'll just sand it off the way I would regular wood glue. I sanded and sanded, and it doesn't come off. It's like stained in the wood. So if anybody has any idea of what I did wrong, I can't imagine that the glue is supposed to behave that way, but all I did was put glue on these end joints as just an added measure of security, and then I put the pocket screws in from underneath, and I get this horrible black line on every one of these seams that really kind of ruins the look of that. So disappointed in that. Secondly, the finish itself. I brought this table out here on Friday morning to take photographs of it, and my final coat of spar urethane I put on was on Thursday afternoon, say around 4 o'clock. So it had been drying for maybe 15 or 16 hours when I brought it out here on Friday morning to take some photographs of it. It felt nice and dry, had a good smooth finish to it. I came out here yesterday on Saturday and felt it, and it was all tacky feeling, like sticky. I came out here and I thought, well, maybe it just hasn't cured completely. So I came out here this morning, Sunday morning, and it was all wet from just moisture, overnight air. So I wiped it all off. And now you can see where it's got white, bubbly areas in it. So I think that the finish is also kind of ruined. I've never used that water-based spar urethane before. So I don't know, maybe I didn't let it cure long enough. It says to let it cure 24 hours, but I would have thought that I've done more than that. I'll have to take this table back to my shop and sand it down again, apply a couple more coats, and just let it dry for a few days in my shop, even though the can says 24 hours. I thought it had been 24 hours, it'd been enough. Quick update, this is dry now. I was just setting up the camera to shoot some details of those milky spots, and they're gone. So I guess just wiping it off seemed to help. I'm gonna see what happens this afternoon and see if it feels sticky again, and I'm not sure if it's just the sun beating down on it all day, the heat makes it sticky or what, but I guess I'll keep you posted on that and let you know what happens. You want to see something really cool? Look at this. This is a handcrafted ceramic mug that Chad sent to me. He has a ceramic studio in, where are you? You're in Texas, West Texas, and it's called Forged Earth Studio. But check this out. It's a mug with my logo on it, but the details on here are incredible. Like he put like little, looks like screws, you know, on there. Even where the handle joins, there's like a little fastener. So it was really awesome. I can't wait to start drinking coffee out of that mug. Thank you so much, Chad. That was just so cool. You want to see my tomatoes? I think this is going to be a totally awesome year for tomatoes. Probably the best year I've had in 10 years. These are my tomato plants. This one here is taller than me. It's like 6.5 feet tall. And already got quite a few tomatoes growing on there. I got 2 ripe tomatoes yesterday, but that's not all. And check these out. I planted 2 tomatoes over here. This one in this planter box and this one in this, you know, raised bed. It's just going crazy. It's like a shrub. I've never seen a tomato plant grow this fast. A couple other things I want to mention. I just got my tickets this week to Woodworkers in America. What is it called? WIA, Woodworking in America. It's the popular woodworking magazine show in North Carolina. So I just got my tickets to that, so I'll be going there in September. It's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's not where they burn witches, right? That's a different Salem. Oh, and I want to mention a new show that Mark Spagnuolo, the Wood Whisperer, is doing. He's doing it sounds like once a month on Fridays. He's doing a live show. I didn't see the live show because I was, well, busy dealing with that table in my video and stuff. But I did see the recorded version of it. It seems like a good format. It's like a half-hour long. I think that's plenty long. But, you know, he just covers all sorts of woodworking related stuff. It's kind of like what I'm doing here and just blah, 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 blah. I'll have a link also down in the description for that. Okay, I think that's enough for this week. I'll talk to you guys later.